Alright guys, so today I'm going to make a video a little bit more in depth of me and like what my goal is here for you and for myself. So I made myself like a little list here on this computer, and it's just like a couple little things that I want to make sure that I touch on as I'm talking, but it's not necessarily like a word for word kind of thing. But first thing here, who am I? So I'm Devin, last name Bailey. I'm 20 years old. I'm like the first person in my entire family to ever like cars or work on cars, really. So that's kind of like been its own struggle, because like a lot of people have people that like work on cars in their family that can like teach them something or like help borrow tools or just give advice or something. I have nobody. So I kind of am like starting from ground zero. So with that being said, I kind of have to learn everything myself. So it's taken me a little bit longer for everything, but I'm trying to do it in my way so I understand it. And I really can't afford to go to school or anything like that. So this is like my idea of like the best way to learn how to work on cars, like the quickest way. I also make YouTube videos. I post car content on like Instagram. I'm starting to post more on Instagram for sure. I posted a couple TikToks. I'm just trying to just get my 3 points auto work stuff just as far as it possibly could be, because at the end of the day that is what's going to be helping finish my cars and get them to a point where I can start enjoying them, because I did buy some iffy cars and I'm going to touch more on that later, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm kind of just making my moves to try to like get into this area the best way that I see fit. I don't want to like do something that somebody else is doing. I don't want to copy somebody or just like film things that are already going on necessarily. I'm trying to do my own thing. So my content for like my YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff is kind of like, I'm not a very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not very wealthy, so I kind of like just do everything myself, even if it seems like a little bit risky. I kind of just try to take the risk. So that means that I have a long time in between when I can buy things for my cars. So I'm kind of trying to like show people that you shouldn't really give up on trying to do something that you like doing just because like it's not going the way that it's going for everybody else, because everybody else is different obviously, but I have a roommate, Tanner, and like my situation is different from his, and we both have the same kind of cars. Our garages are right next to each other. That's just like a perfect example of it. Not everybody is the same in working on cars. So you can watch a video on Donut Media and they're building a little Miata and they're buying parts like every week and everything's coming in, but like we can't do that as just regular people. So I'm trying to like distribute content the way that it's actually happening and not like trying to distort what's going on, if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to like say like buy parts, save up, and then just like once like every other day just post something and making it look like I'm constantly buying parts when that is nowhere near what's happening at all. I'm trying to be upfront about that kind of stuff. My dog is here as well. So, with that, I'm just trying to be like, what's the word? How do you explain it? I'm trying to be like the example of like, this is how it really is. Like, don't get confused on like other people doing other things. Like, I'm trying to just show you that it's regular to like not have the money for $1,000 parts all the time when you have just a regular job, when you live in an apartment. Like, and I'm trying to like show people what you can do to make that easier for yourself. And being into cars is not a cheap thing at all. Like, at all. I kind of lucked out in the first place because I got my FC while it was still really cheap. Like if you guys were to buy an FC today, it would be like 5 to 7 grand for like no reason really. But I got mine like 2 or 3 years ago, and that was right after I blew up an E36 like an idiot. So I got that car. That was completely bone stock. It was nice. I drove it around, and then I started like modifying it because I really enjoyed cars. So I started like modifying it. I gutted it out and everything like that, and I wanted it to be a drift car. That was the goal, to get that car, slowly modify it to where it became a drift car, and to where it was like not fun to drive on the street anymore. And then I'd have something to go into it daily, which would be the FD. So I built the FC, I got it to where it was looking really good, everything was fancy, it was like painted but with spray paint, like it looked good, and then I got an FD. That did not work out at all. That ended up costing me a shit ton of money, but it's worth it for me because I just enjoy those cars a lot. I don't really know like everything there is to know about them, but they're just incredibly cool to me. So I'm trying to just learn everything I can about it while I can, and doing things myself, saving up money to buy the parts that I actually want. Doing all that kind of stuff is what makes this fun for me. RX-7s are like stupid unreliable because you never know how the person before you treated it, which is the perfect example of my FD. My FC has like 126,000 miles on it, and I bought it when it had like 99,000 miles on it. I paid $1,700 for it. It was completely stock, minty, perfect. It's a different game with the two cars that I have. Like, I want to be able to drive the FD daily, but everything kind of messed up with it because the person I bought it from, or people I bought it from, didn't tell me what the real damage was. And it cost me so much money. Like the motor needed to get rebuilt, the turbos needed to get thrown the fuck away. The what do you call it? The motor needs to get rebuilt, turbos need to get thrown away, and it was crashed. So I had to fix all of that stuff, and I paid $19,500 for that car. That's the most money I've ever spent on anything, ever, and it was ruined that bad. So if I'm not giving up on that, the people that are like feeling like they should give up should not. Like, it's just another day in cars, bro. But speaking of the FD, I am basically done with the chassis for right now, which is just like the body. Like, doing the body stuff has nothing to do with like the motor, the transmission, nothing. I'm pretty much almost finished with that. I just need to do a couple more things here and there, but I need to look into relocating my fuel filter, or my fuel pump, no, the fuel filter, because it's above the diff. So that's trash. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going to have to deal with that in that spot. Move it to a different spot. That, install some brake lines and the rotors in the rear, which I already have. So once that's done, it just needs the motor and transmission. So I should be getting close to it being ready for a motor within like the next week or two, which is nice. But the part that sucks the most is the turbos. They can't really be remanufactured or like taken apart and fixed again, remanned. So I'm having to like figure out a whole new turbo system when I just want to keep it like decently stock. And I know that's kind of like the way it goes, but I'm trying to decide on whether I want to like spend 2,800 for like the Affini like twin turbos that are upgraded from like the 99 spec ones, like, and then make it better, but it's still the same twin turbos, or I can go a single turbo. Like, I don't really know a whole lot about cars and like how everything like that works, so I don't know. I'm having to do a ton of research, and it's going to cost a lot of money, and I'm not really in the position to be spending like 10 grand on like a motor and turbo setup at this very moment. At least like It may cost me 10 grand, but I don't have the money in my account right now to be like, okay, just send it to somebody and they'll figure it out. That's not the case for me, at least. So that's that. But the turbo kit that I'm looking at is like 5 grand. Those twin turbos are like that expensive. I was saying like $2,700. The motor rebuild is gonna be like $3,200, $3,300, because I want it ported and stuff. I don't know if I can run the ECU that I have, just the stock one, on a ported FD with, I don't know what turbo setup with like an exhaust. I don't know if I can do that, so I'm having to research that. So there's just like a lot of stuff that I'm having to figure out before I could make the moves, because I already have a decent amount of money. I'm like this close. Like if the bar's like this big, I'm like that close to saving up all the money, like to get the rebuild part for the motor, so I can just get it rebuilt, get it back, put the motor on a transmission in the car, and then I can just worry about putting everything back together with the turbos as I go, which is why I'm not worrying about having to like save up $10,000 like up front. So it's a little bit like stressful. But next thing on the list here is the cool thing. I finally ordered stickers, dude. So we have 3 points slap stickers that are like the bumper stickers that would be like the same ones as like if you go to a car show, like the Camber Gang ones that have like the chicks on them, or like the slammed cars, or like the Japanese ones. Like it's the good quality stickers. I finally got some of my own like logo and design and stuff. So I'm gonna be selling those, posting those everywhere. You can hear my dog just sitting there squeaking on her toy. Fantastic. But I'm gonna be like ordering those, selling those, trying to make some money to save up for like that little portion, and then like the turbo stuff. But I'm also obviously saving a lot of my own money. My girlfriend is like helping me save a lot of money as well. So like I'm trying, it's getting there. But like the ultimate goal with like selling stickers and stuff like that is to where I can use the stickers to help me finish my cars, and then I can just like start selling a lot more things, because all my money won't be wrapped up in constantly fixing the FD. Because if I'm the amount of money I'm saving now is like a decent amount, so if I'm able to put that decent amount into like the 3 points auto work like business itself, and then like start growing that, or if I can start putting that into my FC and start growing that and start drifting a lot more like I'm wanting to, like there's the possibilities are just a lot more once the FD is finished, because I don't have a lot of money. So the quicker that I can make money and save money and do whatever I can with money, I can have my FD back. I could drive it daily, not have to worry about that, and then start moving on to better things for myself. Because working on the same car all the time, when like it's the most expensive thing you've ever done ever, is like tiring. It's stressful. Like you cannot break anything, because if you break one thing, it's gonna cost like a couple $100, and like to anybody else, or like a grown ass man, because I'm only 20 years old, like a couple $100 is like $40 to them. Like they could just buy whatever. But that $200, I'm having to like double, triple check. Like, am I sure reading the specs? I don't know. Like, it's a lot. So the FD will be done soon. Stickers are out. It's gonna be a good 2021 for 3 Points Auto Works for sure, because my content is going to start like being way more frequent with just YouTube, Instagram, just TikTok, everything that I can do to like get it out to as many people as possible, so that my brand gets the recognition that it like, not that it deserves, because I haven't really done anything except for buy these stickers yet. Just so my brand can get out there, so people can like know of 3 Points Auto Works. So when I start selling like bigger things that cost more money, it would like, it's gonna be a risk either way, but like they might be more susceptible to buying it because they've heard of me for longer and they see what I can do. And like I want people to know that when you buy my like, when you do end up buying my products, when it, like the stickers come and like when everything else comes, like that money is going to go directly towards like making the business better, the cars better, everything. It's not going to go like straight in my pocket to go get Burger King. Like that's not how I work. So I just want everybody that buys my stuff to know that it's actually going towards something substantial, not just giving me lunch or like doing random things, going out on like the town watching movies. Like, no, I'm really serious about doing this stuff, so I'm trying to do everything in my power to make it see as many people as possible. So I appreciate if you stayed to the very end of this and like hear me explain where I'm coming from with this and what I'm trying to do. Um, it's stressful, but I enjoy it. I can't wait to like finally drive my FD again because I'll be able to drive it for more than 15 minutes, which I've never been able to do. Like go to the store, buy something, get back in it, start it up, go to a different place, start. I've never been able to do that. That's why it's never really felt like it's been my car. So when I can finally do that, it's gonna be like a game changer for me, and like it'll show me that I can do substantial amounts of work like that, like rebuild a car like that. Because a 20-year-old kid, or like man, guy, whatever the fuck you want to call a 20-year-old person, having an FC and an FDRX7 is kind of like I'm out of my league a little bit. So I'm kind of like trying to catch up a little bit and fix the shit. But it's taking a little bit longer than if I would have just waited it out and bought a correct car. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope you guys understand that when these products come, your money is going to go towards a great thing. It's going to go towards making the content that you see better. It's going to go towards making everything that I do better. So, thank you in advance. Thank you for everything that you guys have like said and like all the videos and everything that you've like interacted with in the past. Thank you for that. Just thank you. I like doing this kind of stuff. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'm actually learning things. I'm not just a kid that fucking graduated high school and didn't go to college and now I'm just stuck in the loop of doing a regular job. I'm trying to do like what I like as much as I can at least. So, you have a good day. Stay up.